Hi, I'm Corey.
And I'm Mel.
Join us as we travel Australia with our daughter and our dog
In our 200 series Land Cruiser and our Jayco Journey Outback. Alright, it is stinking hot today, so I'm sitting, locked myself in the office. Lighting's not the best in this room and I may be echoey. So, welcome to South Australia. So we were basically doing the Eyre Peninsula the same time last year. That's when we travelled it. Here we are, we've edited, and funny thing is, my uncle and auntie, they're currently on a bus trip doing the York and the Eyre as at the moment. So yeah, funny coincidence, everything comes in threes, isn't that the saying? So, Eyre Peninsula, I'm actually going to try and break it down and talk about each stop along the way. Now, the one thing is, if you can comment on this video down below here on YouTube, can you let me know if it's glitchy for you guys? I have previewed this on the computer. I don't know if it's the computer, the software, or it's the heat, could be anything. When I previewed this, it is glitchy as anything, so I apologize now if it is for you guys. But if anyone watching could comment and let me know if it, yes, glitchy, no, not. That'd be awesome. All right, let's get into this episode. Hi everyone, we have officially crossed the 90-mile straight and the Nullarbor Plain. We have done it in 2 big days because we had a heat wave of 45 degrees.
and that was just what they were saying. I reckon outside in that sun it was over 50 degrees easy.
I got sunburned.
Oh, it was crazy. So yes, what a great couple of days. The cruiser handled it well. Didn't get hot, didn't have any dramas. Fuel economy was reasonable. So.
First day we had dramas.
Oh yeah, and then I fixed it. Yeah, what about you, Chookers?
It was good. It wasn't boring because we played Guess My Animal and it was really hot. We had to put Bentley inside the caravan.
Ceduna. We stayed, there's a caravan park on the edge of town, we stayed there. Massive sites, nice amenity spot, absolutely rate it, really lovely park. Then we explored in town. Now, just before you get to Ceduna is where you've got to give up your fruit and veg if you're coming from WA. Then, there is an IGA in Ceduna. I only had to get a few things. It looks pretty good, but if you're not into shopping it, but that's kind of it then until there is another small IGA in Coffin Bay, and then you get Coles and Woolies at Port Lincoln. Otherwise, yeah, cross it. That's the only thing that we've given up. Fruit and veg going between South Australia and WA is the gap between your grocery shops and your smaller grocery stores and your bigger grocery stores. Ceduna, so we came through, it was still daylight savings in South Australia, so it was quite a big time frame, so it actually took us a couple of days just to get into a routine. We hadn't had, was it daylight savings for nearly 2 years, so we got used to, and we're actually enjoying not having daylight savings. I know, crazy thing, we've always been daylight savings, yes, we love it, but now we've not had it for 2 years. We got used to it, and really there's not a huge difference, not a huge drama. So it took us a bit, but we did check out a few of the sites. It's a very spread out place. A lot of the Eyre Peninsula is kind of industrial, or it's big on seafood. Anyway, let's check out Sejuna, move on to the next town. Wait. Okay. Haslam. Here we are at Haslam. Sorry, I keep looking at the computer just so I don't go off track. So Haslam is not that far down the road from Sejuna. Yes, that's where we were last. We stopped at so many places because I forget it. We also stopped after Haslam. We checked out Smoky Bay, we checked out Strokey Bay, but we didn't stop. Elliston, I think, might be another town on the western side of the Eyre Peninsula, which is another town we drove into, and they're all beautiful small little towns, and they're all so close together. I'm pretty sure like half an hour apart everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're on the eastern side or the western side of the Eyre Peninsula. After being in WA and having such large stints between towns, it was so different coming to South Australia. It was like the East Coast again, having towns so close together. But it was really nice because there was all little towns. So taking your boat down to the boat ramp, completely different here on the Eyre Peninsula due to the huge tides, or the water probably doesn't drop a huge amount, but it goes out a long way. So don't get caught out if you are out in a boat on the Eyre Peninsula. I have some food, more food in this one. Homemade, what was it? Homemade chicken schnitzels, I think. I don't know. I can see chicken schnitzels in the pictures. I have written somewhere that what it is. Now we also love the outdoor exercise places, parks that you come across, especially on a moving day. It gets everyone out of the car, everyone moving, so they have one there, so it's really nice. We stayed, it's a low cost camp, not even like a minute walk to the water and jetty. Corey would have loved to have gone squidding if he had stuff, so that didn't happen. And there is a toilet, ladies and men's toilets, which we, being paranoid as snakes, decided not to use, and to use the caravan toilet, as I went to the toilet during the day, no issues. It might have been before lunch. After lunch, I went back, opened the door, and here's a baby snake in the toilet. So I soon bailed, and that was it. No more using the public toilet for us ladies. But anyway, I'll let you check out what I've thrown in about Haslam, and we'll move on to the next town. Here we are now at Coffin Bay. Now, you just saw Murphy's Haystacks and Woolshed Cave. Murphy's Haystack is a low cost camp as well. It is on a hill, so you got to get there early enough to work it to find the most level-ish and angle-wise. So yes, you can stay there if you wish. Again, everything's so close together. So, Shelby really got into her fishing here in Coffin Bay. She was itching to go every day. And one day we went to go down and we come across some emus walking into the caravan park. So yes, if you've seen the pictures, emus do roam free. They literally roam the town. I think just being a small town, it was quite busy. It's one of the larger towns that we went through. But yeah, emus walking in to the caravan park, wandering around the caravan park, wandering around everyone's houses, the streets. One day I was on the walking track with Bentley. I got bailed up with an emu. We come around the corner and here it is. So we backpedaled a little bit, let it move on its way, and then we continued. It made me really nervous after that about walking by myself. Now, Shelby also had been, she found it, I don't know where she must have brought this book while we were in WA somewhere. But it's called Barefoot Kids. I've already read Barefoot Investor and Barefoot Families. We had already started doing jobs around the house before we started the trip with Barefoot Families. But Barefoot Kids just is at a kids level for the kids and backs up Barefoot Families. So she got back into doing jobs. We had to try and find jobs that she could achieve in the caravan. And it's all about, you also start a business. So her thing is she started the cans and the bottles collection. Thank you. If anyone from that we crossed paths with in Coffin Bay and Tumby Bay, if any of you watch us, thank you for your donations. I've already said it, but I'm saying it again. Thank you for your donations. It definitely boosted her up, that's for sure. So that's a little snapshot of her business. Some places it was really easy in WA, where she actually started in WA, I think, but we kind of got more into it in South Australia because really easy. South Australia started it. Victoria, it doesn't exist. So I think I have already mentioned it somewhere across our stuff. Victoria, the start of, now I'm going to get my years mixed up. I think the start of last year, they were meant to start it. And by November, they were meant to, the end of last year, November, they were meant to have stuff, vending machines out there to process them. So it got really hard when we got to Victoria, but we're back to New South Wales, doing it again. So it goes up and down, but you ride the waves. Anyway, Coffin Bay, fresh fish and chips. It was nice to get, back to the coastal kind of foods that you're used to. And yeah, Coffin Bay, check it out. Tumby Bay, we're going back into silo art areas again. So we have Tumby Bay, silo art. Unfortunately, Corey finally got squidding stuff, but the jetty was as close for repairs. I don't know when it started. From what I can gather, it started a while before we got there, and apparently it's still closed, which on the town I'm not happy about because it's turning visitors away, but we still got out there and enjoyed Tumby Bay. It's And again, another beautiful little town. Shelby discovered that payphones you can ring Australia for free. So she had a go at phoning home on the payphone. And that's Tommy Bay. Check it out. Here we are in Cow. We have more silo art. We stayed at the, I don't know, I think it's called the RV park. I can't remember exactly, but it's the low cost camp on the edge of town. Literally, it's a 5-minute walk into town and it's all flat level ground. So you could easily, if you got bikes, you can ride into town. You can walk into town. So easy. And it's a donation. Oh, it's not donation. It's an honesty box here. There's a harbour. You can go out in the harbour. This is where we had fresh oysters, SA oysters. They're very different to East Coast oysters, that's for sure. We're very proud of Shelby. She did try an oyster. It came back out very quickly, but she tried it. That was the main thing. And there is footage of it, so we did them Kilpatrick style. But Worcestershire sauce, for those that don't realise, it has gluten in it. So we used our tamari, which is a gluten-free soy sauce. So that's, if you're looking at it going, okay, that's how we did ours. And look, you can't fault the RV park. We got there before lunch and got the second last site. Everyone's friendly because everyone's doing the same thing and got the same idea. But the biggest thing is make sure you put your money in the donation box. Otherwise, and because it's so low cost, spend money in town as well. That way, these places won't get shut down and you can stay in the road longer. Anyway, that is Cow. I'll let you watch what we got up, our little snippet of Cow, and then we'll move on to the next town.
It is literally
And our final stop on the Eyre Peninsula was Whyalla, where they have the unique round jetty. We didn't see any dolphins, but apparently the jetty's popular for dolphin spotting. This is a bigger town. You definitely got Coles. I don't know about Woolies. Or did I shop at Woolies? I don't know. I shop at Coles or Woolies or IGA or Audi. Oh my gosh, there was Audi here. That was after Perth. I think that's your first Audi if you're an Audi person. So take note. Either way, you're going Whyalla, Audi. We stayed at GoPro just went funny. Okay. We stayed at it's an AFL ground and softball ground. Again, it's a donation camp. There's no facilities. There is a secret key for a toilet, but otherwise really great. It does have a caretaker that lives across the road and comes over and takes your details and you pay your money to her. Absolutely lovely. He does come around as well. Look at this. Oh, he spotted us. He's got it, because I'm not out there in the kitchen, he can't see me. So he comes and hangs out by the window. The caretakers of this camping area, both very friendly. We'd heard about the Anzac biscuits, so the last night we supported, the club was open, so we supported them, went there for dinner. Highly recommend. It's a cheap feed, it's a set menu, so if you have food allergies, it might not be for you. It was busy, it's very popular, lovely feed. We come back, and here on the step, with the dogs sitting outside, is a little packet of Anzac biscuits. How Mr. Labrador did not touch these blows our mind. We have no idea what time, how long they've been sitting there for. So it'd be really interesting to know how long these Anzac biscuits were sitting there. Obviously Corey couldn't enjoy them, but Shelby did, and she said they were amazing. That's it. That is the Eyre Peninsula. So stay tuned for next week, and don't forget to let me know in the comment section if this episode was glitchy or if it just ran off smoothly. Muchly appreciated. Apologies if it was glitchy. Anyway, see you guys next Friday, 5 p.m. Alright, that's it. That's the end of the episode. Now, these little snippets that I add into my videos, they are now being filmed on the phone, so I apologize for any video quality or sound quality, as our GoPro batteries have died and we need to get new ones. So that is also something really tricky. So anyone out there with a GoPro, when your batteries died, how did you go getting new batteries? And did you stay with GoPro, or did you decide to go with something else instead of GoPro? We'd like to know what other people are doing, because Corey's not sure right now, as you can't buy batteries directly off GoPro. Yeah, which is interesting. Anyway, about more to add in about the Eyre Peninsula is Port Lincoln. That is your first Coles and Woolies coming from WA after Esperance. So you got Woolies at Esperance, and then your next Coles Woolies is Port Lincoln. Now keep in mind, when you get to just before you get into Ceduna, you've got to give up your fruit and veg there. And if you're going South Australia to WA, Port Lincoln's your last shop. Coles or Woolies shop. You then, on the actual border, the SAWA border, is where you give up all your fruit and veg and plants and honey, wood, timber, all that is on the actual border. Then you can't. There is an IGA in Norseman. It is a small IGA, so your next, if you go south to Esperance, you got Woolies down there, or you go north to Kalgoorlie. We didn't make it to Kalgoorlie, as you were aware, so I don't know what they've got. I'm assuming they've got Coles or Woolies or both. So yes, so keep that in mind. Then, if you do need to shop in Port Lincoln and you're not staying in Port Lincoln, parking with a caravan on is non-existent, basically. So we got a block away before Corey found somewhere that he could actually pull over to at least let me out of the car, so I could then go and do the groceries. The plan was I would do the groceries anyway while he went and did fuel in the car, filled up gas bottles. He also found while driving around trying to find places to fill up with gas, some places he couldn't pull over with the van on, so he had to just keep driving around till he found somewhere. And fuel stations, we could not stop and get fuel in Port Lincoln because you could not get in and out with a van on. So keep that in mind. Now, this is also not the only place where we've gone to get fuel but gone, okay, we can't get in and out there, but at least there's been another fuel station in the town that we've gone to. So keep that in mind. Luckily, we had enough fuel to get us to Tumby Bay, and we got fuel there, and we could have actually, there was enough room to actually get in with the van on if we needed to, but we parked and then come back with just the car. That's about it. So cheers guys. Oh, so that's also another reason why this episode didn't go up on Friday, is because of the GoPro situation. I was done and dusted by Thursday afternoon. Plus the other thing is we have one computer. So I have one, so I use it for editing. Shelby uses it for her homework or projects or whatever. And then Corey uses it for, I don't know what he does on it. Don't want to know what he does on it, maybe. And then we have to fight Corey for it. Most of the time it's just us girls. So I've got to get in, do my stuff before she gets home from school. So here's this episode coming now, and I'm aiming to still have this week's episode normal 5 o'clock Friday.